Hello again, everybody. I'm Ed Bankin, along with Mark Narducci. Mark, a lot of anticipation for this game, and of course had to get moved because of the soaked conditions from earlier this week. But Mark, anytime you say Cherokee Washington Township, it's a great game, but a lot of questions this year for both teams.
Well, Ed, there are. In fact, if you look at the whole Olympic Conference American Division, there are a lot of questions. I mean, just take opening night. Eastern was supposed to trounce Triton. Triton played a very competitive game with Eastern, who was everyone's favorite. After Eastern, everyone else is falling in that pecking order, and these are two teams that are certainly going to contend not only in the Olympic American, but in Group 4. They always put on a good show. Last year, Cherokee winning 21-7 with 3 touchdowns by the great wide receiver, Mike Scanzano. We'll see him tonight.
And we'll talk about those Cherokee Chiefs and their great wide receiver, Mike Scanzano. Cherokee hit hard by graduation. However, they feel like they have enough running backs to keep the ball on the ground. And with a young quarterback in Harry Moorhead, it's nice to have Scanzano to throw to.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I think Scanzano goes after the ball about as well as any receiver. This is a great year for receivers, Ed, you know, with Rashad Baker at Woodrow Wilson and Isaac Irby, who had another monster day today and a loss to Mainland from Holy Cross. But Mike Scanzano can compare favorably with just about anyone in South Jersey. Goes for the ball great, has tremendous athletic ability, and if it's anywhere near him, he'll catch it.
And as far as the Washington Township Minutemen, they were hard to figure out last year. 6-4, some big wins against teams like Shawnee, Willingboro, Eastern. Some tough losses, too, against teams like Triton and Cherry Hill East. It was hard to figure out which Washington Township team would show up last year. We know one thing about the Minutemen this year. They can run the football.
Well, yeah, and they have a nice line, and who better than the run behind than Mike Kennedy, 6'5", 265. And I think he's one of the sleepers in South Jersey. His name isn't really bandied about a lot, but I think he's going to do a lot of damage on that interior line. I think a number of colleges by season's end will be looking at him.
Well, it's been a long day of football in South Jersey, a lot of postponements, but now it's time to settle back and get ready for some football. Opening night for Washington Township and Cherokee. High school football coming your way next right here on TSM. Township, as longtime athletic director Charles Earling is enjoying his last night here.
One of the great administrators in South Jersey history, Ed. We wish him good luck. He's going to be a principal at Collingswood, and he's given a lot of his life to this school.
Okay, as we get set for kickoff, let's go down to the sideline and hear from Mickey V.
Spoke to both coaches, Tom Brown as well as John Scott from Cherokee. They basically said no surprises here. These teams know each other well. It comes down to the basics. The team that makes the big plays on defense or the big plays on offense or prevents those is going to come out on top, and the team that makes the least mistakes. Spoke to them also about Chuck Earling. They both know him well, wish him well. Cherokee coach Scott said he's made their relationship, tried to make it very special. He's done that, wishes him well. What a game for Chuck Earling to go out on. Big Olympic Conference matchup. Ed, Mark, back to you.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. Jim Lawson set to kick off for the Minutemen in the home blue on this glorious autumn nighter. We are underway here at Washington Township. And the kickoff goes to Lawrence, who will take the return, looking for a seam up the middle, dances to the 25 and stumbles his way there before going down. And the Cherokee offense will set up offensively. Let's check that starting lineup for the Cherokee Chiefs. It'll be Harry Moorhead at quarterback for Cherokee, Greg Amato and Tony Satimi in the backfield, Mike Scanzano, the great wide receiver, along with Bobby Deckard, Pat Devaney, the transfer from Atlantic City at tight end, Mark Iavanici, Matt Bell, Bill Berg, Bill Freistack, and Jeff Gallo make up the front line, and we'll get to Washington Township's defense after this play. From the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Back to pass goes Moorhead, fires over the middle, incomplete. A penalty flag comes down as he was looking for Pat Devaney. Let's take a look at the defense for Washington Township. The front four, Mike Kennedy, Mike Ranger, Jesse Chando, and Rob Egan. Talented linebacking core, Brad Sounding, Mike DeAndrea, Mike O'Connor, Tim Taggart, Joe Calicura, Nick Magada in the corners, and Drew Overpeck is the safety for Tom Brown's squad. And the penalty goes against the Chiefs, so they will mark this one off. We'll keep the down at 1st down, but it'll be 1st and 15 now for Cherokee. Just underway again. This game was scheduled for Friday night, and because of the flooded field conditions, thanks to Hurricane/Tropical Storm Floyd, it is Saturday night football tonight at Washington Township.
Yeah, that was an ineligible man downfield. Cherokee surprising a little bit, going to the air on 1st down, a team that's normally known as wanting to establish that running game.
They will put it up every now and then, and they do on 1st down, but now it's 1st and 15 from the 19-yard line for Cherokee, and Moorhead will hand it off inside, and there's not much room for Amato as he stopped near the line of scrimmage. Jesse Chando first in on the stop.
Number 22, the tailback.
That'll bring up a second down. And the officials for tonight's game, Joseph Mulhern, the referee, Mike DeLorenz, the umpire, James Martin, the linesman, John Foster, the line judge, back judge is James Banner, and Steve Chase is the clock operator.
On the stop.
So no gain on the play officially. Second down and 15 for Cherokee.
Remember, with Vinny there at tight end, they have the kind of target there that they can really go to, especially over the middle.
They go trips left, 3 wide receivers to the far side, and back to pass goes Morad under heavy rush. Got some room to run. Cuts up the middle of the field and gets across the 25 to about the 28 before Mike DeAndrea wraps him up.
You also like to see the big lineman running down there. We talked about Mike Kennedy, 265. He's running down there chasing Morad that time. Really good hustle by the interior line of Township.
Dave Dick also went on that play. Dave Dick was hurt throughout much of preseason, but he is in the lineup. Of course, a talented two-way player for Washington Township as Cherokee now faced with a 3rd and 7 from the 28.
I think Dave Dick is one of the hardest hitters in South Jersey, and if healthy, he'll really pack a wallop, Ed.
Had a strong finish last year for the Minutemen. And now a whistle, and we get the officials blowing the whistle. We did not see.
I think it was a delay of game, Ed. They were taking a long time.
They did. We didn't see the flags come out, but that is the call. Delay of game against Cherokee. So 3 penalties here early on for the Chiefs. And that has not helped them in their opening drive. And sometimes, even for proud programs like this, we see some of the kinks ironed out on opening night. And of course, these teams extra antsy as you see John Scott there, the Cherokee coach, on the left in the white shirt. Teams had to wait an extra day to play. So 3rd and 12 now for Cherokee. And Morad will throw as he rolls opposite way to the right, and the lefty cocks, and the catch is made. And breaking up the middle for some room is Lawrence, and Lawrence has the first down at the 49.
Morad pass complete to the wide receiver, number 2, Brett Lawrence.
Ed, what happened on that play was Mike Scanzano did an out pattern and cleared the way, and then Lawrence went in the middle. It was wide open. They were so concerned with Scanzano. Here's a look at it again. Morad, by the way, looking very, very poised.
To Lawrence, good for a first down. 1st and 10 Cherokee, the ball
for this Township team, or for this Cherokee team.
So 1st and 10 as the Chiefs go with the eye on the 49-yard line. And out to Amato again and runs into a wave of blue. Not much room to run as the Minutemen stack that line on the left side.
55, Jesse
it's interesting because last year Cherokee had the great running back Doug Eastlick, who gained nearly 3,900 career yards, and that was able to, they were emphasized the run. This year might be a little bit different. You know, you got receivers like Scanzano, Lawrence, you've added Vinny to the mix. We might be seeing the Chiefs go to the air more out of necessity this year.
These two teams met on opening day last year. Cherokee won on their home field 21-7 in a game that was a little closer than that score indicated, was very close throughout until the end. 2nd and 9, and once again it's Amato, and this time he uses some strong running and breaks a hole through the outside, has the first down near the Washington Township 33. Greg Amato, in the mold of some of other Cherokee's backs, they do have a history of some smaller scat backs, and he finds the hole and he bursts through.
Drew Overpeck ran him down, or it may have been 6. Overpeck came a long, long way to get Amato down there.
So Cherokee, despite a couple early penalties, now on the march. It is 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Spot the ball in the Washington Township 33.
1st and 10 Cherokee. The ball at the Washington Township 33.
Back to pass again on 1st down is Morad. Nobody there. Tries to run, and he's tripped up near the line of scrimmage. Probably lost a yard on the play as Mike Ranger brings him down.
Also, Jesse Chando, big number 55 is in there, and Chando already in this series been very, very active.
Lost of a half-yard on that quarterback sack.
There it is there, coming down there.
2nd down, 10.5.
And Morad felt the heat early on, but Cherokee has gone to the air a couple times on 1st down, or at least has attempted to go to the air. That's a loss of 1, so it's officially a sack, and a 2nd down and 11 for the Chiefs. And off the big fullback, Satimi, and there's not much for him to run through there. It is very difficult to get through that interior line of Washington Township. And Mark, this Minutemen front line on both sides was really banged up last year, and they really feel confident with the continuity this year that they'll be better.
Oh, there's no question about it. They have some good size, Ed, and I really think it's going to be easier to throw the ball on this team than run it. I think they have a lot of run
Gain of a half yard
stuffers.
by Satini. Brings up second down. They got third down. 10 yards
Third down
to go.
and
Third
10. 1 yard gain on that play, so Cherokee has a 3rd and 10. And Morad goes back to pass. Fires over the middle, and the catch is made. Once again, it's Lawrence, and he trips his way for a first down to the Washington Township 22.
Ed, they are
Tripped
so
up by number
concerned
11,
with
Mike
Scanzano. Again, he ran an out, he cleared an area, brought a couple of defenders with him, and then that's opening up the middle, and Lawrence is able to go there freely.
First and 10, Cherokee.
He will be a key this year for the Cherokee Chiefs with so much attention, as you mentioned, on Scanzano.
22-yard line.
This is a tough play because he's going to his right. You see how that middle's wide open? Scanzano was out of your screen there, but he's taking a lot of defenders with him. Everybody very, very conscious of Scanzano.
From the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for Cherokee. 7:25 to go in the first quarter. Right, with the handoff and trying to dip outside, not getting much room as Amato, and now he finds a little bit of room and gets back outside and picks up a gain of about 10 on the play. Looks like he's close to the first down.
Well, Township made great penetration that time, but a tremendous sidestep by Amato, who then showed a little speed getting to the outside. Not like some of the Cherokee power backs in the past, weighs just 170.
Cherokee, as we mentioned, they've had a lot of power backs. They've had a couple scat backs, including one from a few years ago. They have some guys who can find the hole, who have not the greatest of height as we have seen.
Of course, Artie Hart was one of those great scat backs they had.
From the 11-yard line, 1st and 10 for Cherokee. Impressive opening drive for the Chiefs. It's Amato again, looking for the sweep outside, finds a hole, gets down to about the 4-yard line, picks up about 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and probably about 4 for Cherokee.
What I like about Amato is he waited for his blocks to go. He's very, very patient runner.
On the stop.
They do put him down at the 5, so it'll be 2nd down and 4. Cherokee can get the first down without getting the touchdown. There's about a fingertip extension length between the first down marker and the
gain of 6 yards,
end
that
zone.
Carried by Amato. 2nd down, 4 yards to go, the ball at the 5.
From the 5-yard line, Cherokee with the 2nd and 4. And the handoff goes out the middle. The big fullback, Tony Satimi, close to the goal line, but is tripped up as he starts finally to get his way through. His knees actually take him down at about the 3. So Cherokee faces the 3rd and about 2.5 coming up.
Great job that time by Mike DeAndrea. Number 11 for Washington Township, one of the linebackers there, had tremendous penetration and held on.
Now they mark the ball at the 4. Keep in mind, Cherokee does have an outstanding kicker, so they might think 3 here if they can't get in the end zone. But right now it is a 3rd and 3 from the Minutemen 4-yard line. And Cherokee with the full house in the backfield. On the delay, and they hand it off, and look at Mike DeAndrea coming in to make the play as Brian Wojino is brought down for a loss. It'll be 4th down.
Number 8, Brian Wojino.
Well, DeAndrea blitzed that time, hit the gap, guessed exactly correctly. Nobody touched him that time.
So it looks as if the Chiefs will send the field goal unit out as Pat Devitt will come out. Loss of 5, so the ball's on the 9. This would be a 26-yard field goal attempt for Devitt. Again, the coaches have been raving about his strong leg throughout preseason. Scanzano will hold. 26-yard attempt. Good snap, good spot. The kick is high into the air, and the kick is good. So with 5:11 to go in the first quarter, the score, Cherokee 3, Washington Township nothing.
Best defense is that kind of long, sustained offense.
I stand corrected. From our vantage point, it looked like it was closer to the goalpost than it was. He did split the uprights.
Joe
Calacura will take the return for Washington Township, and he's got room. Burst of speed down to the 40-yard line as he will lead the Washington Township Minutemen offense on the field. And let's take a look at Washington Township's offense. The junior, Kevin Williams, gets the call at quarterback. Joe Calacura, Khalid Purnell, and Mike DeAndrea in the backfield. Mike Kenny, the wide receiver. Rob Egan, the tight end. Kennedy, Taggart, Podesta, Sowney, and Chando make up the front line for Washington Township. And Joe Calacura, you saw him take that one back. He's going to be the main man in the backfield again for Washington. From the 41-yard line, 5:05 to go in the first quarter, 3-0 lead for Cherokee. And the handoff goes outside, and Purnell trying to string it outside, but Mike Scanzano, known for his offense, makes a fine defensive play.
That was a great job by Scans, who really closed quickly, showed his speed and his hitting ability.
Boy, he really did close that angle off quite nicely. And we'll take a look at that as he really was able to close that gap. Let's take a look at the defense for Cherokee. It's Michael Sands, Jeff Gallo, Bill Freistack, Pat Devaney, the front line, Colin Downey, Tony Satimi, Brian Wojino, Matthew Mangold in the linebacker spots. The corners, Amato and Scanzano, and Anthony Bernard is the safety. 2nd and 10, a little misdirection, and there's Purnell, and he breaks through. Good running by Purnell near midfield, maybe just short of the first down, but Khalid Purnell waited for the space and hit it.
And that's a great run, Ed, because number 88, Colin Downey, had a real beat on him that time, was right in their position to make the tackle, and he was still able to get by him.
Short by half a yard.
He'll be short by about a half a yard.
Watch 88 there, right there. Fall off the block, did a great job, and he just broke it. That's just tremendous running.
And you see he lands just short. It is 3rd and inches for the Minutemen. Good time maybe to think about going long, but they'll probably keep it on the ground. And it's the fullback, DeAndrea, and he will take the first down as he crosses the 49 near the 48. Let's go down to the sidelines and hear from Mickey V. Mickey, are you ready?
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Ed. I'm here with Chief of Police Bill Sowney, of course, of Washington Township, and with the man of the evening, Chuck Earling. And Bill, I know the man to your left here was a special man and has done a lot for the football team, obviously, here, but the district in general.
That's completely correct. Chuck and I go back so far, like a father to me. I can remember January 1973. I was one of the first people that Chuck was introduced to. It was my senior year in high school. I was a fixture in the athletic department. He and I teamed up from then, and we've been close friends and compadres ever since. He's been an inspiration to me. I have to credit some of my success to Chuck. He's just a wonderful human being. He's certainly going to be missed.
I know, Chuck, we'll get to talk to you more up in the booth. You're going to join Ed and Mark in the 3rd quarter. But what a game for you to go out on. Cherokee, Washington Township. Couldn't get any better for you, really.
Absolutely. It doesn't get any better. And this is a special evening for me and my family, but it's you know, it's not a farewell, it's not a goodbye really, because I live in town and, you know, I'll still be involved in a lot of the school activities. I have kids coming up. I have a daughter in 8th grade, son in 6th grade. And Washington Township is a great community to live in, to work in. Very tough decision for me to leave, but I have an opportunity to be a principal in a smaller traditional setting at Collingswood. Another really great athletic school of tremendous traditions and histories and family values, just a little smaller than Washington Township. And like Bill Sowney said, he was the first guy that I met when I came in here for an interview back in January of '73. And it's true, he did teach me everything that I know. He's just an incredible guy.
Who's going to win tonight's game?
Whoever scores more points.
Diplomatic as well. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. We'll have more on Chuck Earling's ceremonies later at halftime. Meanwhile, it is 3rd down and 8 for Washington Township, and Williams will go back to pass. Time in the pocket, fires left side, and the catch is made by Mike Kenny, but he turns away from the first down marker. If he had leaned forward, he would have definitely had the first down. Now it's going to be close.
Williams pass complete to the wide receiver, number 9, Mike Kenny.
Let's see where they spot it is. No, he is not going to get the first down. He's about a yard shy.
Ed, DeAndrea did a great job picking up the blitz that time and giving Williams the time to the pass. A real underrated play, but he really put his helmet in there.
So it is inside the 40-yard line, and Washington Township will go for it. Already down to 2:10 remaining in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Calacura, his first carry of the night, and he finds a nice hole, slips down to the 37-yard line, under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Got a nice block by the guard, Jim Taggart, that time, number 53, sprung him there.
Yeah, Taggart, another one of those linemen last year that, with the full season, should be a real force for Washington Township.
And look at DeAndrea, again, opening up some room. I mean, when you have a guy in your backfield that's just giving up his body like that, it's bound to help your ground game.
Washington Township with the first down, and Williams under pressure is wrapped up. Does a nice job of squirming his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that time the pocket collapsed on him.
Number 4, quarterback Kevin Williams on the scramble.
Let's see where they spot it. Near the line of scrimmage, so it'll be no gain, 2nd and 10. And Williams coming in, Kevin Williams won the starting job, and Tom Brown emphasized this week, Bo McKillop, the incumbent who are soon to be a man expected to step in, did not play poorly during the preseason, just Williams was unbelievable. McKillop, of course, the senior, and Williams, the junior, but both quarterbacks playing well. 2nd and 10 for Washington Township, and Williams will throw to the left side. It is incomplete, intended for Calacura. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 with 51 seconds to go in the quarter.
Now, Ed, the way Cherokee's pursuing and coming after things, maybe something misdirection the other way will work for Washington Township here. You know Cherokee at 3rd and 10, stinking pass, is going to come in with a strong pass rush. Let's see what the Minutemen do.
3rd down. 10 yards to go. The ball at the 37.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 off the incompletion. The Minutemen, much like Cherokee, mixing it up here early on in this game. From just outside the 36 of Cherokee, 3rd and 10 for the Minutemen. Quick screen to the outside, and Calacura gathers it in, trying to get to the outside. Scanzano brings him down well shy of the 1st down, as they'll spot it at the 32. This will bring up a 4th and 6 for the Minutemen.
And it was a good idea by Township because they realized there'd be that pursuit. They let it come in and threw the screen pass.
That 5-yard pass completion brings up 4th down, 5 yards to go.
There you see it. And is there a more sure tackler than Mike Scanzano that you'll see in South Jersey?
That's one where you throw on the tape, and John Scott will give it to his freshman coach, Sean Evans, and say, here, show the freshman how it's done.
Tomorrow evening, Sunday night.
So Township with 12 seconds left, they may not get the playoff here, and now a timeout is taken by Washington Township. 7.5 for the 1st down.
They'll probably roll Williams out here.
And that is exactly what they do as Williams rolls right, looking, fires. The penalty flag comes down as the catch is made, but we'll check the flag with 4 seconds left.
Ed, I think there was defensive holding. Now let's see how they call this in the backfield.
Flag on the play, though.
And the flag goes against Cherokee. Washington Township will have the 1st down regardless. Let's take a look at it again.
Now they have an ineligible receiver, Ed. 2nd time. That call's been made, one on each team.
The Minutemen for a legal receiver downfield.
And now Washington Township with 4 seconds left
1st and 10.
will punt it away. Or correct that, on 4th down, the Cherokee will take over on possession.
Yeah, they refused the penalty that time, so.
So the Chiefs get the ball back with the ball on the 31-yard line. Cherokee on top, 3-0. This, barring a penalty, will be the final play of the quarter. In fact, this will be the final play of the quarter. Both teams starting their season tonight, both as always, as they do every year, looking with high expectations despite a very rugged Group 4 and Olympic American division. Pitch goes to the outside, looking for room and not finding much as Amato. He's taken down for a loss as the 1st quarter comes to an end. We step aside for a break. The score after 1 quarter of play, Cherokee 3, Washington Township 0. You're watching high school football right here on TSM. Ed Benkin, Mark Narducci, Mickey V back here at Washington Township. 2nd quarter set to begin after a fast-moving 1st quarter with Cherokee leading Washington Township 3-0. Both teams with 1 possession for the most part throughout the quarter. Cherokee starting their 2nd possession. On the last play, they now have a 2nd down and 12 from their own 29-yard line. Long count by Moran. Amato gets the call, and he runs right into the wave of blue. Jesse Chando, who's had a very strong 1st half, makes the tackle.
Jesse Chando.
I think Township Ed showed a lot of restraint by not going off sides on that long count. It looked like he was trying to draw them there. Real good discipline by the Minutemen, and you're right, Chando's been all over the place.
So that will bring up a 3rd down and about 13 for the Chiefs, as there was another loss in the play from just inside the 29-yard line. 3-0 Cherokee on top of Washington Township. Back to pass goes Morad. Fires downfield, incomplete. He had a man open, but he felt the heat and left it short for Scanzano, and he is shaken up on the play a little bit.
Morad's pass intended for Matt.
He gets up as he gets some help from his teammate, but he took a shot.
That incomplete pass brings up 4th down, 12 yards to go.
Looked like Scanzano pulled up on that ball. I'm not so sure that wasn't a ball he could have dived after or something, Ed, but either way, it's 4th down now, and Township should get decent field position.
Number 85, Drew Overpeck.
And some confusion with the Minutemen, and there's a high snap, and it goes over the head of the punter, Devitt, able to get it away as he is hit, but on the rush they won't call anything. That's clean, and it takes a Cherokee roll And Devitt did an outstanding job just to get that punt away down to the 43.
Yeah, that's because Brad Salmi, number 52, really came in on him, and Davitt was able to keep his composure. Watch this.
And he came in hard on the rush. That's why there was all the confusion. It looked like the Minutemen were planning the rush and were finally able to get everybody set. But Cherokee and Devitt, we mentioned what a great leg he is as a place kicker, has one too as a punter as he gets it away. Meanwhile, still good field position for Washington Township. Ball on their own 43. 11:06 to go in the first half. Handoff goes to Calacura, breaks through, and he could be gone. Calacura turning on the Jets, and he goes in for the touchdown. 57 yards.
Number 25, Joe Calacura, 57 yards, a touchdown. Township.
And that is Joe Calacura at his finest.
You know, he doesn't need much. Watch DeAndrea, number 11. Boom, right there. You see that opening, Ed? Got it for him, and he was pumping his fist. He knew it. And look at the wheels on Calacura. We kept talking all night about the great backfield blocking Township's been getting.
And what a block that was by DeAndrea, and you saw him pump the fist up, as Mark mentioned. Lawson on now to attempt the extra point for Washington Township. There's the snap, the kick is up. It's a low line drive, but it goes through. So with 10:56 to go here in the second quarter, the score, Washington Township 7, Cherokee 3.
And that result,
and if we may peek ahead, that will be our game next week on TSM, the big Mainland Ocean City game.
There's a look at Calacura again. What jets he has. They weren't going to catch him.
Also with a high end over end kick. This is going to bounce fairly short and taken by Scanzano at the 15. Goes the long way to get back to the 20. Tiptoes his way through down to about the 25.
Stop by number 53, Kid Taggart.
That is where Cherokee will set up offensively. Well, let's see how the Chiefs respond after that big play.
Ed, you called it accurately when you said he went the long way. If you're Township, that's what you want to do. You want Scanzano to go side to side, not north to south. He's a much easier guy to defense that way.
So the ball is on the 25-yard line.
I think Cherokee has to make a conscious effort to get him the ball, even if it's on a screen pass or something, just to get some touches in there.
Bobby Decker now in a wide receiver for the Chiefs as he goes to the far side, and back to pass goes Morad, and he had him, but he overthrew Scanzano, incomplete. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Well, they did make a conscious effort to get it to him, but the pass was too far.
Well, what they had was single coverage that time on him. And before, they had Mike Kenny on him one-on-one, and before the safeties could help, they tried to throw him a short pass there before he could get any kind of help. And the idea was good. It was just the execution didn't work. But I think it's very important to get him involved and get him going, because the longer he doesn't touch the ball, I mean, that can be a frustrating thing for your offense.
2nd down and 10 for Cherokee. Morad will throw again. The rocket screen to Scanzano. Fumbles the football, picks it up, and looks for room. Scanzano bobbled that one, and he's brought down near the 33. Did a nice job to recover, but if he catches that cleanly, he may be off to the races.
Well, he looked like he was playing for Ron Powell's basketball team that time when he took the dribble off the field and then didn't really break stride. But this is good. This is the lay screen there coming across the middle.
Brings up 3rd down, 2 yards to go.
Shows what great athletic ability he has, doesn't he?
Fortunate that he had the 2 steps all the way to the right there. There you see Tom Brown, the Minutemen head coach. Of course, for those of you not used to seeing Washington Township, he coaches from atop the press box, just likes the view up there a little better. 3rd down and about 2, a long 2 for Cherokee. Pitch goes to Amano, trying to string it outside, and he's got the 1st down to the 42-yard line, and he had a big hole to run through for the 1st down.
Cherokee's having much more success running to the outside. Township's kind of bottled things up the middle.
Jesse Chando of the Minutemen actually lost his helmet on that play, was able to get it back. This is traditionally a helmet-jarring football game when you have 2 Olympic Conference powers, and of course, Mark, not a long history, but some significant history between these two.
Well, remember the year Cherokee was undefeated, #1 South Jersey. Township beats them in an epic Group 4 final. Or excuse me, the other way around. I'm sorry.
There's another pass, and Scanzano had it. If he catches it, he's got 6, but it's off his fingertips, and that will bring up a second down.
I'm getting confused here. That was the other way around with...
Of course, we all remember in 1989, it was the other way around. Cherokee in 89, the favorites, and Washington Township beats them in the semi.
And this could have been 6. I mean, just a little bit overthrown, got his hand on it. But they're trying to get those situations where scans can be in single coverage, and a safety can't get there fast enough. I mean, that's what they're trying to do because they are getting, obviously, help with the safeties on him.
So a second down and 10 for Cherokee. Delay, and it goes to Amato, and Amato's got a hole, first down and more. He could be gone. Calacura will try and catch him, knocks him down at the 10-yard line.
Amato stopped by number 25, Joe Calacura.
And he made a cut on that play that just left the player in his tracks just around midfield. Watch this, chance to tackle there. And then he was off to the races.
Greg Amato.
And how about Calacura hustling him down? A great play right there to spring him open. He had a big hole to run through, and then the move.
First and 10, Cherokee. The ball at the 11-yard line.
Cherokee has a first and 10. They spot it at the 11, so they can't get the first down without the touchdown. Morad will throw, fires to the right side, got a man open, leaping reception, caught by Scanzano for the touchdown.
Morad's pass complete to Mike Scanzano. 11 yards and a touchdown.
Well, Scanzano's been close, and that time he used the full extension to bring it in.
And what a tremendous athlete he is. I mean, that ball was overthrown, it was over his shoulder, and he still had the presence of mind to go after it and get it. Watch this. And Morad doing a good job because the only one that was going to get this ball was either Scanzano or nobody else. Look at how he reached over his shoulder that time.
Extra point attempt coming up for Pat Devitt. Kick is up, and it splits the uprights. It is good. Back and forth we go early on. 8:39 to go in the first half. The score now, Cherokee 10, Washington Township 7.
Ed, remember we said it was important to get Scanzano involved. They got him involved in this series. Look what happened.
Oh, Mark, it has been an eventful day today here in South Jersey. Of course, last night, Eastern winning. A little bit of a struggle, though, against Triton. And then as we watch the play one more time, we'll get to that in just one moment.
This is just, you know, very few athletes can make this play. Over his right shoulder, looked like it was overthrown.
Just a reminder that if you leave the stadium area, you
We're
must
talking about a day so
enter.
far in South Jersey. Shawnee winning, Lenape winning big. But the game that's opened a lot of eyes in the Olympic Conference, how about this score today? The Edgewood Eagles not just winning, but trouncing Woodrow Wilson 38-6. And I think Derek Sellers is off to a good start.
You know, it's been 2 years since with Township not getting in the playoffs, and I think the Minutemen are a little antsy. They want to get back to the postseason.
Certainly one of the goals for Washington Township this year.
On the return.
And here's the returns. They set up to the outside, plenty of room, and here he goes. As getting outside is Cherokee, and he gets down close to about the 40-yard line. Cherokee is finally driven out of bounds by Scanzano, so good field position here for Washington Township.
Scanzano, he makes the tackles on special team. It looked like he hurt his shoulder a little bit as we get a look at that return again.
Washington Township first and 10, the ball
from the 19-yard line.
Cherokee with a good burst right there. Mark, one other score to pass along. We'll do it after this play. An interesting game between Mainland and Holy Cross today,
yeah,
to say the least.
We talked about that one, Mainland winning 44-41.
Those two teams should play every year with the way they've been going. Hand up to DeAndre up the middle, and he runs into a wave of white by Cherokee. Jeff Gallo, number 70, first in to make the stop.
Ed, how about this score? Overbrook 9, Rancocas Valley 6 in overtime on a Charlie Buck field goal.
And that's
Our RV was decimated by graduation and maybe expected to take a step back.
By DeAndre, second
so
down.
This Olympic Conference is a wild first week, isn't it?
It is going to be a fun year in South Jersey, and for fans of these two teams, a fun year in the Olympic Conference, and one of these two teams is going to set the tone early for them. Handoff goes to Calacura, trips through, doesn't get too much there as he gets about a yard. up to the 42-yard line. It'll be third down. We haven't seen any 3-and-outs yet, so let's see if Cherokee can pull it off. 7:43 to go in the second quarter, in case you're just joining us.
Gain of a yard on that
Cherokee
carry by
with a strong
Calacura.
surge now on top of
Third
Washington
down, 8
Township,
yards
10
to go.
to 7. So a third down and 8 coming up for the Minutemen. Back to pass goes Williams. Here comes the heat. Gets it away. Goes deep downfield. Has a man wide open, but Scanzano comes back and knocks the ball away before Mike Kenny can go off to the races.
Williams pass intended for Mike Kenny, broken up by Mike Scanzano. That incomplete pass brings up fourth down.
I'll tell you,
8
Williams
yards to
showed
go.
me something, because he had, among others, Pat Deviney, the 6'7" defensive lineman, right on him, ready to crush him, and he still hung in there, made the throw.
So that'll bring up a fourth down, and what a play by Scanzano to make the recovery and knock it away from Kenny.
Absolutely, because Kenny was open, and Scanzano, with that closing speed of his, was able to get back.
So the Minutemen set to punt, and Scanzano, I believe, is set to go back deep. Yes,
Calacura
he
in
is
the
for
punt for the
Cherokee.
Minutemen.
Calacura in now to punt.
I'll tell you, I would try to kick it to the corner. I wouldn't try to kick it to him.
And he did. It's a line drive. Scanzano will get a chance to
Scanzano on the
return, though,
return.
from the 22. He gets a block, and he slips up the middle down to the 35-yard line, so good field position for Cherokee.
So that's a great return, because not only a lot of players would have just
Drag
let it
down
bounce.
number
He
85,
gets it on the
Drew
bounce and then comes back and gets about a 13-yard return, Ed.
We were mentioning before that Mainland Holy Cross game, 44-41 Mainland. They had that nail-biter last year at Mainland. The Mustangs, a lot of people think, could be the team to beat in Group 3 this year.
The ball at their own 36-yard line.
I think they might be the team to beat in South Jersey. I mean, I really do. But I think Ocean City might have something to say about it. But this was certainly a huge hurdle that the Mustangs cleared.
We'll find out in about 2 weeks at Ocean City as we bring you complete
Amato
coverage of
carry.
that game, as Amato carries for about 2. That is a game we are certainly looking forward to, and a game, just like last year, could go a long way. Even if you don't get the early lead when those two teams play, it just seems like the winner of that game almost always goes on to win the championship.
Ed, you know, we have to do our ratings at the Inquirer, and we had Holy Cross number 4. I don't see them dropping for losing a 3-point game
No gain on that
to
last play.
Mainland.
Second
Mainland
down,
last
10
year was
yards
1
to
and
go.
2, but they were right in the top 5, rightly so, when they lost to number 1 and 2, Holy Cross and Ocean City. All right, under pressure, down he goes as he's brought down for the sack. Barreling in for the sack was Jeremy Bedessa.
Number 50, Jeremy
Bedessa,
on the
who starts on the
quarterback
offensive
sack.
line, doesn't start on the defensive line, but the Minutemen feel they have enough people to rotate a little more on the
Loss
line.
of 6 yards on that quarterback sack.
And I'll tell you what,
Third
Moorhead
down.
showed me something there, because a lot of
16 yards
quarterbacks
to
would have
go.
coughed that up. That was an outstanding hit that time.
He tucked that football away, but still now a 3rd and long for Cherokee, 3rd and about 17 for the Chiefs. Back to pass goes Moorhead again. They set up the middle screen. Amato trying to find room. He does get room, and he's got the first down near midfield. So a nifty little middle screen for Washington Township, and they have the first down.
Do you notice every time they send the receivers outside and
19
clear away
yards.
in the middle, Cherokee's had a lot of success. That happened again. Scanzano was way on the outside on that play. And how about some hard running by Amato? Great play fake, too, to sell it. Got a one tremendous initial block, and then he was off to the races.
From the 49-yard line now of Cherokee, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs, already on top 10-7 with 5:17 to go in the first half. There's a drop, and boy, Moorhead picks it up, and now he slips. Boy, Moorhead did a nice job to recover and hang on to the
Moorhead on the
ball.
quarterback keeper.
So it'll be 2nd down. A reminder, after this drive for Cherokee, we'll go down to Mickey V. Right now, we'll see what happens here with Cherokee
Brad
with
Downey,
under
Jeremy
5 minutes
Bedessa on
to
the
go
stop.
here in the first half.
By the way, Amato picked up one of the linemen coming in and saved Moorhead. Moorhead would have been clobbered even for a bigger loss that time.
So the ball is on the 47-yard line. 2nd down and 12 for Cherokee. The Chiefs have had a couple 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, and have been able to convert.
Now they have Scanzano in the slot here. It's interesting. They'd like to send him over the middle when they do this.
Amato turns, a penalty flag comes down, and so does Amato as he's tripped up and brought down by Chando. And while we check the flag, now let's go down to the sideline as we hear from Mickey V. Go ahead, Mickey.
Thanks, Ed. I'm here with Cindy Nolan, part of the Interact program. And Cindy, we're going to talk about Chuck Earling because I know he's helped make those programs possible. Talk about what the program's all about.
Okay, Interact is our school service organization, and we basically do a lot of good deeds. We work with mentally challenged citizens. We give them 2 dances a year. We work with senior citizens. We have a reading program for the elementary students. We do walks and just any good deed we do. And this is the kind of club that Chuck supports. He's been with us all along. He's our Rotary representative, and he's all about kids. We make our money for all of our activities through the concession stand, and so we work very closely with Chuck here at the athletic games. He is a wonderful guy, and he will be sorely missed. Collingswood's gain, I'm sure.
I know your first chance to see the game here.
Yes, it's hard to get out of the concession stand. It's a wonderful game.
All right, back to you, Ed.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. And the Minutemen come barreling in for a sack. Mike Ranger in there amongst several other Minutemen, and he's able to bring him down. Good coverage that time by the secondary.
Excellent coverage. They were looking for Scanzano over the middle. Wasn't open, so he broke his pattern, went toward the outside, but it just took too long to develop. Township was right in.
And so the Minutemen's defense making a statement. They're able to force Cherokee to punt. Second punt coming up now for the Chiefs as Devitt returns to the field to punt it away. And Drew Overpeck will get set to return it for Washington Township.
4th down, 18 yards to go.
Devitt able to boom it away. It's a short line drive. Overpeck fumbles the football. Looks like Cherokee's got it. Wait for the signal, and the Chiefs get the football as Overpeck went in on that ball coming short. It went off his leg, and Cherokee gets the ball.
Cherokee recovers the punt.
And that is tough for Overpeck, a guy coming in. Let's watch it again.
This is a tough ball to field because it's so low. Obviously, hindsight says you let it go.
It looked like it might have been Amato who picked up that football. He was near there. It was either him or maybe Scanzano. Couldn't really tell. In any event, it's from the 37-yard line now. First down for the Chiefs. The fake and the handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go as the Minutemen stack the defensive line for Satimi. So it'll be second down and probably about 9 here for Cherokee. Well, this is an interesting point in this game. It is late in the half. It's still only the first half, but it's 10-7 Cherokee, and the Chiefs would love a 2-score lead going into the halftime locker room. There's your story right there as the clock ticks down. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll have the complete ceremony for the farewell to Chuck Earling, longtime athletic director here at Washington Township, and he'll be joining us in the booth later in the third quarter. All right, back to throw. Over the middle, and Devaney, the tight end, had it, but it goes off his fingertips, incomplete. Looked like he turned a little late for that ball.
Well, first time that they really tried to go to Devaney, and it's not a bad idea, but Ed, he was heavily covered that time. That ball was forced in the coverage, and actually Cherokee's lucky it wasn't an interception. I think Devaney could be a big part of this offense. Cherokee, you remember, had the great tight end Brad Cusick a couple of years ago. He's now at West Virginia. They didn't throw to him a lot and include him in the offense a lot. I think they want to get Devaney more involved in things this year. A first-year player coming from Atlantic City.
Third down, long 9.
3rd and 9 for Cherokee. On the 36-yard line, back to pass goes Moran. Look out! Here comes the rush, and down he goes. Brought down by Dave Dick for the sack. Boy, a furious rush by the Minutemen, and they get a big sack.
And I'll tell you what, the way they are coming up the middle like this, he's got to roll out to the left side or something, buy himself some room. And Dick is such a short tackler. He puts him away.
So Cherokee forced to punt it away. We're down to 1:42 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Cherokee probably is not in a hurry right now here to punt it. In fact, I would almost wind the clock all the way down even if I had to get a 5-yard penalty.
Well, they wind it down to a minute and a half. They would also give their punter a little extra room to punt it away. Let's see. They are going to punt it here. Devitt gets it away. A high kick. And it's fielded, and here he comes again. Checkamilla with some room on the outside. Got one man to beat behind him, and he's finally brought down. A touchdown-saving tackle by Michael Sands, but a strong return and good field position for the Minutemen.
And Pat Davitt threw his body in there that time, and had he not done it, it could have been 6.
No standing in front of the bleachers.
Tremendous return that time, some great blocking. Watch number 4 near the end, right there.
No standing in front of the bleachers.
So Eric Chekamayo on that return, and he's got a quick burst when he finds that hole.
Cherokee 41.
Washington Township has the ball in the Cherokee 41, a minute 13 to go in the half. Washington Township tries to set up the screen. Purnell catches it, fights his way through. Boy, he didn't get much. In fact, he probably lost yardage, but that's a fine play made by Stephen Woods to set it up.
And also a guy whose number
Third up by number 68.
we haven't called a whole lot tonight. Made an outstanding
Loss of 1 yard on that screen pass.
Woods
Second down, 11 yards to go.
That could have been a very big play.
Was a little slow to developing, as you see. Now, second and 11. Here goes Calacura. First down and more. It's him and Scanzano towards the pin. Hurdles his way in for the touchdown. 41 yards.
Number 25, Joe Calacura, 42 yards and a touchdown, his second of the night.
And what tremendous burst by Calacura. And see again, as he did the first time, breaks another big tackle en route to going the distance.
So Washington Township, just like that, regains the lead with 29 seconds to go in the first half.
Jim Lawson to attempt the point after.
Lawson on now for the extra point. Booms this one through. He squibbed the first one through, no doubt about that one. 29 seconds to go in the first half. The cannon blares as Washington Township takes a 14-10 lead.
Cherokee 10.
They are the only 2 players in the history of the school that have made it to the NFL.
And there's a squib kick. And it's taken up front now, looking for room, but not finding too much room on the play is Wanjo. Still, Cherokee will have 23 seconds left, and they'll spot the ball on the 37-yard line. Again, don't forget, after we finish here at the half, we'll take a break, and we'll come back for the ceremonies honoring Chuck Earling. And for our folks watching on Garden State Cable Channel 21 in Collingswood, you're going to get a heck of a principal. 22 seconds to go in the half. Let's see what Cherokee decides to do on 1st and 10. And they'll hand the football off, and nowhere to go for Amato. Looks like the Chiefs may be content. And now let's see, they will take a timeout here. So Cherokee going with the run first, maybe trying to catch Township off guard, as Mark had alluded to, but the Minutemen are ready, so they will take a timeout. Well,
even though they graduated a lot, this just in, they're still pretty good.
And
they beat Highland 35-13, and it's a very, very solid Shawnee team.
They were expected to be good, but maybe not a contender last year. All they did was knock off Cherokee in the semifinals, and the Chiefs, of course, were the division champions, and Shawnee spoiled their trip to the Group 4 championship. Second down and 11. Back to pass goes Morad down the far sideline, incomplete. As that play was well covered, Wajino trying to find his way open, but Minutemen cover it. Now just 12 seconds left, and third down here, so let's see if the Minutemen, if they can stop Cherokee here, might want to try and do something, whether if they punt to rush the punter or maybe just send the sink.
Hey, they are having, Cherokee meaning they are having a hard time now with this Township rush. That time Podesta was right in there on Morad. He is not getting a whole lot of time to set and throw. I think in the second half, one of the adjustments is I think they're going to have to roll him out more, buy himself some time.
And Cherokee just run the ball now, and Amato's running the ball, and he gets the first down. The clock did not move, and it was 12 seconds on the clock, and the clock did not move. So now it's down to 7 as they let it run. They'll move the chains.
Yeah, they don't have enough time to do that.
But they'll run the ball instead. Amato breaks through. He's got the first down, but they won't be able to stop the clock, and the first half comes to an end. Here at Washington Township, there are zeros up on the board, and that will do it for the first half. Very entertaining first half here at Washington Township. Washington Township on top of Cherokee by a score of 14-10. Don't forget, stay with us. We'll have a very special halftime ceremony honoring Chuck Earling here at Washington Township. Halftime, Minutemen on top by 4. You're watching high school football on TSM.
Yesterday was Mr. Earling's last day at Washington Township High School. after 27 years of devoted service to the faculty, staff, students, and community, he leads us to become principal of Cuck. Chuck, please take with you a bit of Washington Township. Because you've touched so many hearts, you're definitely leaving us with a little bit of you. Now, we have many people with lots of nice things to say, so I'd like to introduce the high school principal, Mr. Jack McGee.
Good evening, everyone. As principal of Washington Township High School, welcome to our home opener of the 1999 varsity football season. I welcome our community of parents, students, school officials, teachers, Board of Education members, our parent booster clubs, our fifth quarter club, our mayor, members of town council, our police department, political and legislative leaders, senior citizens, relatives, and friends. To everyone and anyone who is here tonight that in one way or another has a connection to our school, to our community, and to our area, certainly in the spirit of the man we're about to honor and pay tribute tonight, the Washington Township community extends a warm welcome to the Cherokee High School District, your fans, and your community to this very special evening. It is indeed my pleasure, and I consider it an honor, to serve as your Master of Ceremonies at this halftime tribute to our longtime athletic director, whose official title for his great work was upgraded several years ago to Assistant Principal of Athletics and Student Activities, Mr. Cuck Earling, also known as Charlie Earling and Charles Earling. No matter what name you've associated your relationship with this man, it no doubt was one in which you've experienced a relationship of excellence, outstanding achievement, and success. Words or phrases that could describe Charles Earling might sound something like this: extremely dedicated, hard worker, tireless, caring, loved our student body, a husband, a father, a son, a visionary, school and community leader, great human being, a friend, champion of sportsmanship, athletic director, assistant principal, director of student activities, director of everything, former New Jersey State Athletic Director of the Year, Eastern Region Athletic Director of the Year, finishing second in the state that same year, second in the nation that same year. A member of countless school and community organizations, president of the Washington Township Rotary Club, a chauffeur, holder of the unofficial area record for the most visits to Florida's Disney World. He even helped us find his replacement. The list seems endless, yet in every way deserving. Cuck Earling, a man who has given his life's blood, his sweat, his heart, and his soul to our school. We are all gathered as one tonight to share in this special moment in time. Cuck, this is your world, all of this. This stadium, our gymnasiums, the athletic fields, the facilities, they are all a reflection of your work, your dedication, and commitment to excellence. Always keeping the most important group of all in mind, our students. What's best for our students, Cuck could always be heard saying. That, what's best for our students, is your life's work. On behalf of our school, Cuck, thanks for everything. Thanks for the memories. Cuck, you've left your mark on just about everything. You will always be welcome back. You will always be remembered. We will never forget you. As we part ways on this final night of athletic competition, you not only take our affection with you, you also take our love. And now our program. Please help me give a warm welcome to two very esteemed members of our school family, Superintendent Dr. Robert Kern, President of our Board of Education, Eileen Abbott, and Board Member Jenny Buziak. Please come forward.
The following exemplifies the character of Charlie Earling, Washington Township High School's Director of Everything. It's entitled Anyway. When people are unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered, Charles loves them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish ulterior motives. Charlie does good anyway. Honesty and frankness makes you vulnerable. Charlie is honest anyway. The good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Charlie does good anyway. People favor underdogs, but follow top dogs. Charlie fights for the same underdogs anyway. The biggest people with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest people with the smallest minds. Charlie thinks big anyway. When you spend years building may be destroyed overnight, Charlie builds anyway. Give the world the best you have and you'll be kicked in the teeth. Charlie gives the world his best anyway and has done for 27 years for the betterment and providing athletic and student activities to the students of Washington Township High School. Congratulations, Charlie.
At this time, please give a warm welcome to our longtime mayor, a very special person in the Washington Township community, Jerry Luongo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. And I just want to reminisce just a little bit about Charlie Earling. In June of 1973, I was in my second year in the Board of Education. It's a long while ago. And this young man came looking for a position here in the Washington Township Public Schools. At that time, he impressed the Board of Education, and we hired him. It was probably one of the best moves that I ever made when I was on the Board of Education, because this man has fulfilled every dream that anyone and any expectation that any of us ever held for him. Charlie is enthusiastic, he's committed, he's dedicated, he's a loyal friend, and we won't go into many of the stories, but he and I dodged a lot of bullets and a lot of superintendents over the last 27 years. He's a good man. He cares about our kids. I like that. He also has a sense of humor. But he never let his job just stop with athletics. At the school, it went into the community. If you ever asked him to do something, he was there to do it. He's the #1 kind of guy. He understands loyalty, commitment, dedication, honesty, character, and integrity. Chuck is going to Collingswood, New Jersey. Now, Collingswood has a fond spot in my heart. I was born and raised there. Went to high school there, and I'll tell you, Washington Township's loss is truly Collingswood's gain, but somehow or other, Charlie, that little town's not going to be big enough for you. I think you're going to be back. On behalf of the Mayor's Office, a proclamation. On behalf of the State of New Jersey, the General Assembly and Senate, my colleagues, Assemblyman Geist and Senator John Matheson, for presenting you with this resolution and proclamation. God bless you. You're a good man.
And now please give a warm welcome from the Fraternal Order of Police of Washington Township Police Department, Lieutenant Ken Condit.
Thank you. I'm proud to be here tonight. For the past quarter of a century, Charlie Earling has been a great friend to the police department. With our heartfelt gratitude for your tireless efforts in the interests of our schools and community, we, the members of the Washington Township Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86, present to you this plaque as a token of our appreciation on this 18th day of September. Congratulations, best of luck in your new job. Thank you, Charles. We appreciate it.
And now we have a variety of representatives from our parent Booster Club organization that have presentations and tributes to Chuck Earling at this time.
Hi, I'm Erin McIntyre.
Rutgers University,
Anita Brooks.
LaSalle University,
Medea Ashton.
Morgan State University. These young ladies are part of our 4x4 team on the girls' track team. They were all American. They're all on scholarships for track. And we'd just like to thank Mr. Earling for all his support for the girls' track team. When you think of Charles Earling, you think of Washington Township Athletics. And we're really going to miss him. He's always for the students and the athletes. We love you, Charlie. We have a little token of our appreciation. Girl, want to open that, please? We have a gift certificate, one of Charlie's favorite restaurants. We also have some bun huggers. This is what the girls wear when they run. Mr. Earling has been known as a cross-dresser at times. What do you think? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Corinne Shuffle, and this is Renee Gresh. And on behalf of the girls' soccer team, we'd like to present Mr. Earling with this gift from the Girls Booster Club and thank him for everything he's done for all of us.
Hi, my name's Lindsay Walsh, and I'm a member of the girls' volleyball team. And we would like to present Mr. Earling with this gift from the Boosters Club. Thank you.
On behalf of Chris Stefano, John Civarelli, Kevin Hartwick, and Frank Rotella, myself, Jeff Durkin, and the rest of the boys' soccer team, We would like to present Mr. Earling this plaque for all his efforts and all he's done for us. It says, Chuck Earling, for your dedication to the students of WTHS. Thank you, presented by the Boys Washington Township Boys Soccer.
Good evening. Bob DiPietro on the behalf of the Fifth Quarter Club. I'd like to present Chuck with the token of our appreciation. He has always been a friend of the club since its inception and great supporter of the program. Again, good luck, Chuck, in your future endeavors. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome. We have a gift certificate to Carrabba's and also our new fleece-lined here sweatshirt.
For them cold nights.
Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Joe Scafidi and Bill Murray. We're representing the Girls Brewster Club basketball team. What I would like to do is congratulate Mr. Earling for his new position over at Collinswood High School. And we'd like to thank him for all his assistance to the Booster Club. We've been in existence for 10 years, and Mr. Earling was there for all 10 years, helping with all the fundraising activities. So we'd like to offer you a token of our appreciation. Charlie, thank you very much. We'll miss you. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm John Clauder from the Boys Basketball Booster Club. On behalf of the Booster Club, Charlie, I'd like to give this small token to you for our thanks. There are no words that can describe our thanks to you for your energy, hard work, and dedication. I know I don't have to wish you luck at Collinswood, because if you just do the same things that you did here, you will be truly successful. Thank you, John.
Appreciate it.
Good evening. I'm J.T. Hayes with the Band Boosters. On behalf of the 220-plus members of the marching band, the Band Boosters, we'd like to say thank you for all your help and support over the years. Good luck in your new jobs, and present you with a gift certificate to Benihana Restaurants. Enjoy. Thank you, Chuck.
Hi, Lisa Koski, and this is Lindsay Walsh. As captains of the Washington Township Student Trainers, we'd like to present this poem in honor of Mr. Earling.
Written in honor of Mr. Charles Earling. When we hear the students from years ago telling of legends and love teachers, telling of great deeds and remembered ones of years past, when we hear them telling, then we think to ourselves, you too are one of those. When we hear the people praising great ones, then we know that we were touched by someone special like you. We must have passed your office hundreds of times. Now when we imagine looking in there without you in it, we realize how missed you are going to be. We cannot and will not say that you have gone. With a cheery smile and a wave of the hand, you have wandered into an unknown land and left us dreaming how very lucky they must be. But since your spirit still lingers here, you cannot be gone just away. We too, when our time comes, shall do our best and can only hope to be as loved as you.
Can I bring my family out here? Margaret, kids. Some of them are home at a concert tonight or out with the boyfriends, but Margaret and I and my family are truly, truly blessed to live in Washington Township, to have had the opportunity to serve the kids, the families, the coaches, the teachers, the administrators, Board of Education, everyone that I've worked with over the years. We've had that opportunity to be blessed by the amount of love that has been extended to us, not just tonight, but throughout my entire career. I can't thank everyone enough for this wonderful tribute. As I said, I am leaving Washington Township only in the working capacity, but I will still have this as my home and all of you as my friends and my colleagues. So with that, I thank you very much for this evening. God bless all of you, and thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
This ends our tribute to Mr. Earling. I'd like to thank Cherokee for their patience and their officials.
And it's the Minutemen leading by 4. Here we go to start the second half as Devitt will kick off. Cherokee in the road white going from left to right, kicking to the Minutemen in the blue. And back deep to take it is Checkamai on the return, and he's got room all the way to the outside. Checkamai's got some space. 40, 45, right down near midfield, and the Minutemen return game has been on tonight.
Checkamai did a great job of holding up, waiting for his block. And Ed, I know I sounded redundant, but down there on the making a great block was number 11, Mike DeAndrea, putting his body in there and really springing him.
So here comes Washington Township with the 4-point lead. It is 14-10, and they start the ball on their own 48-yard line. And the handoff goes to the blocking fullback, DeAndrea, showing he can run a little bit as he spins outside. What a great job to keep his balance as he has the first down.
Well, Scanzano had him for what would have been about a 4-yard gain, and Scanzano walking very gingerly right now. I don't know if he was hitting the shoulder, but he's waving to come off, and he's limping a little bit, Ed, off the field. So that is a big, big loss for Cherokee.
After this play, we'll hear from Mickey V to get a summary of the half, but first, and now they will measure. And now, while there is a measurement, let us go downfield and let us hear from Mickey V. Go ahead, Mickey.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Mark. Well, I spoke to both coaches at the half. Cherokee coach John Scott indicated essentially the need to eliminate the little mistakes they're making. Also, work on those defensive schemes and tackle. Make the tackles. Take advantage of the opportunities they have. Spoke to Chuck Earling. Figured he's the man of the evening. His last chance maybe to talk about the team, although I know, Ed, you'll get to talk to him. He said anytime you put these two teams against each other, put John Scott, Tom Brown against each other, it makes for an exciting game. We have just that. And again, what a game for Mr. Earling to go out on. Back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. I don't think he'd want it any other way when you get these two teams knocking heads. A great ball game so far. The Minutemen do have the first down, 1st and 10. And there's the man, Joe Calacura, but this time he's stacked at the line of scrimmage. Good defense by by Cherokee, rather, as a host of Chiefs in. Michael Sands among those, along with Jeff Gallo, to make the stop.
Ed, you think Calacura made the most of his carries? 4 carries for 103 yards in the first half.
Mark, we don't have the stats from around South Jersey today, but I have a hunch he would be amongst the area leaders in average yards per carry with those stats.
Gain of 1 yard on that carry by
Only gets 1 on that carry, however, so it is 2nd down and 9 for Washington Township. Ball on the Cherokee 40-yard line. On the delay, and it's Purnell's turn, and Cherokee is not fooled as they stop him. Interesting how both coaches were talking today. And again, both coaches, not only have they faced each other so many times, they know each other, they're friends. In fact, the two head coaches live on the same street. They both admit it. It's kind of hard to fool the other when they play each other.
Yeah, they've gone after each other in some memorable games.
Third down.
John Scott, an interesting story, was actually as you see Tom Brown up there, John Scott was in the Baltimore Colts training camp, actually one of the same years that John Unitas was with the Colts, and Scott, although he didn't make the team, was trying out as a quarterback. Now Williams on the roll, out to the outside, quick pass, and it's off the hands of Purnell, and he finally catches it off the boink on the rebound, but it's out of bounds. So the pass is incomplete. That will bring up an interesting fourth down here for Township.
I think they're going to punt here, Ed. John Scott, of course, as a head coach, has won 2 sectional titles at Cherokee. We talked about the one I got botched up before in '93 when they beat Washington Township. Also in '90 over Cherry Hill East. As you know, Ed, winning a sectional title, especially in Group 4, is very, very difficult.
And considering not only the big upset over Washington Township, but in 1990 he beat a Cherry Hill East team, which came in as the favorites. This is John Scott's 10th year coaching at Washington Township after taking over for Jim Horner. Calacura will punt it away. He skies a high punt. Minutemen coverage team down. They get the bounce. It rolls inside the 10, and it finally dies at about the 3-yard line. So a good punt by Calacura, and the Minutemen are on top of it. So let's see what Cherokee can do offensively. You're getting the feeling early on that this game has the makings of going down to the wire. We certainly talk about coaches and Tom Brown as we see the large crowd on hand here. And incidentally, a lot of that crowd did not leave during the Cuck Earling ceremony, another tribute to him. But Tom Brown certainly had his share of victories, amongst the best in South Jersey, both here and in Paulsboro.
159, he's won 7 sectional titles. And the thing about Tom Brown, he's won at a big school and he's won at a small school.
First down, and Amato tries to squirt up the middle, gets maybe 3. Good defense by the Minutemen. Calacura coming up for the stop, and there you see Amato had a pretty strong first half, had that big run for a touchdown, but it is a great tradition of running backs at Cherokee that he has to step in on.
Ed, 14 carries for 122 yards for Amato. My binoculars here, and I don't see Scanzano in this lineup.
Well, as Mark said, when we saw the collision, we saw him hit hard on his shoulder, but it looked like as he walked off, he was limping, and we'll try to get an update on his condition. Second down and 8 for the Chiefs, and a false start against Cherokee as they'll move it back halfway as Gallo, the right tackle, moved early.
Penalty flag on the play.
We'll wait for the official mark, but it is a false start against the Chiefs, and this is trouble now for Cherokee, and you see what an effective punt Calacura has. It moves the Chiefs halfway back,
Moves the ball back to 2.5.
and the ball is just outside the 2-yard line. Just underway here in the third quarter, 14-10, Washington Township on top of Cherokee.
Second down, 11 yards to go.
So the Chiefs face with a 2nd and 11, and Amato will try to get in some breathing room, and he can't get it. Boy, Washington Township stepping it up on the defensive front as they're able to make the stop. Tim Taggart, the linebacker, in on the surge, along with Dave Dick. It'll be third down, and Dave Dick, who did not come into this game 100% healthy, according to the coaching staff, looks pretty healthy so far.
Yeah, he had the one big sack in the first half, and he looks like he's moving pretty well, playing on guts tonight.
9 yards to go. The ball at the 4-yard line.
Ball's on the 4-yard line. This is where Cherokee has to be careful. It's 3rd and 9, but a mistake here could be costly. And it's the fake, and now trying to run outside is Morad on the keeper all the way, but he stopped near the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard or two. Fine defensive play by Brad Sowney to make the tackle.
Ed, Rob Egan also strung out the play that time and then also closed in on the tackle. That was a tremendous, tremendous play by Rob Egan. I mean, that's a guy, Egan, who's carrying about 240 pounds on him.
Fourth down, 9 yards to go, the ball at the 4.
Here it is again.
Watch 86. Just look at him. Stay with the quarterback and bring him down. That's a great play.
Punt time, and the punt is almost blocked, but Devitt gets it away. Does a good job to get it away, but it takes a favorable bounce for Washington Township, and they get the ball at the 27-yard line. So the Minutemen in business here with 7:43 to go in the third quarter. This reminder, don't forget to tune into TSM News weekdays from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. TSM is your source for more live, local, and interactive news coverage. Also, check out our website at www.tsmnews.com. That's TSM News weekdays from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. right here on TSM. For sports fans, a great mix of local and national stories as well. From the 27-yard line of Cherokee, 1st and 10 for the Minutemen. DeAndrea with the straight handoff on the keeper, and he gets down to the 21-yard line while the quick hitter works effectively as he gobbles up about 7. This game has been tight throughout. Cherokee, on their opening drive, got a field goal. Washington Township took the lead with a touchdown. Cherokee came back with a touchdown. And the Minutemen, right before the end of the half, on another big run by Calacura, took the lead at 14-10, and now they have the ball on the 21. And it's 2nd down and 5 as they roll. His knee was back a little bit. They put it at the 22 now. And here's Calacura following the wall, makes a great move to the outside. He's in for the touchdown. Well, he may not be one of the more underrated backs in South Jersey after this week.
Watch 33 there. Satimi overran the play that time, and that gave Calacura the room to get outside, and he doesn't need a whole lot of room, does he?
Absolutely not. He makes things happen. You could almost see that developing as you saw the over pursuing there, but you could just see as soon as he found that hole, he was going to make it to the corner. Lawson on to attempt the extra point for the Minutemen. Extra point is up. It's high into the night air, and it is good. So it's 7:03 to go in the third quarter. Washington Township leading by a score of 21-10. Well, no doubt enjoying the score of this game. More kind words for Cuck Earling, and in case you're joining us late, honored at halftime as he moves on to Collingswood. As the mayor said, that's his hometown, so maybe he's stepping back into his old stomping grounds. Here's the kickoff. It's a short kick. It's picked up near the 20-yard line, and there's room on the outside as he's finally tackled at about the 36-yard line, and that is where Cherokee will set up. And now a critical point in this game, the first double-digit lead for either team. As you see the Chiefs here on the sideline, and let's see what they can do offensively. As we talked about before, these two teams are in their 4th year of playing each other as division rivals. They actually met 3 times in the playoffs. We talked about the 93 championship win by Cherokee. Cherokee did beat Township in the semis in 94, and Washington Township in 89 winning up at Cherokee. And that really kind of set the tone and got the Minutemen going for the early part of the 90s. Back to pass now goes Morad, looking down the right side. Overthrow. Scanzano is back in the game. Scanzano cut in, and the pass went deep. Second down now for Cherokee, 2nd and 10. Well, they had Scanzano open, but there was a miscommunication.
And it looks like he has his left ankle pretty heavily taped there. And you see him, it almost like it looked like he limped as he pulled up that time. I'm not sure he's 100%, but you know, Scanzano at less than 100% is still a guy you don't mind having on the field.
2nd and 10 for Cherokee.
And they've only gone one time to Deviney.
And they hand off to Greg Amato, and he's right near the line of scrimmage, so another 3rd and long for the Chiefs. So he's a guy who, with his size, can really make some things happen at a tight end spot.
You know, Pat Deviney, I understand Central Florida has been really recruiting him heavily, and you know, when you're 6'7", about 235 pounds, and you can run and have the hands that he has, we know what kind of hands he has from seeing him play basketball. You're going to get recruited by some people.
3rd down, 9 yards to go.
From the 34-yard line, 3rd down and 9 for the Chiefs. And it looks like we'll see if the Minutemen jumped or it'll be a false start, but that one might go against Mike Ranger jumping in the middle of the line for Washington Township. And it is offside against Washington Township. That could be a big break for Cherokee here on this series. It turns a 3rd and 8 into a 3rd and 3, opens up some options.
To the 38-yard line.
Down to 6:10 to go here in this third quarter. Both teams have, with the exception of the big plays, we've seen some, but there have been some methodical drives today as well. Teams taking bit by bit before the big home run play. Now they will hand off, and Amato's got the first down, tries to break free as he gets down to the 45. Good haul off tackle as he picks up the yardage and moves the chains for the Chiefs.
Interesting, they lined up Scanzano and Lawrence to that left side, made it look like they were going to pass that way, and then they go running the opposite way right here to the right.
Mike Kennedy on the stop.
Kennedy and Taggart in on the stop, but a first down now, so that penalty costly for Washington Township as Cherokee has the ball just outside their own 45-yard line. 5:33 to go in the third. A little bit of a bobbled snap it looked like, but Morad will throw. He's got Scanzano open, and he's got some room down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
What they're doing, Ed, they're trying to get a linebacker, line him up on Scanzano underneath to hit him, and he's down again.
Let's watch that play develop again.
They try to get a linebacker to hit him. He eluded that, and you see they're getting open, and he's off to the races, but he's down again, Ed. And
At 27-yard pass completion, Morad.
They will attend to Scanzano on the sidelines, but he gets right back up. He'll have to come out for a play. How about Morad, the left-handed quarterback, having to roll the opposite way and make that throw on the run?
And Morad's done that a couple of times. Good to see Scanzano running off. As we said, he is not 100% out there. He's just playing on guts. And we said that Morad, to get time, because this Washington Township rush has been relentless, he's going to have to roll out.
And that's the adjustment they've made, and there haven't been any sacks so far on this drive or in the third quarter by Washington Township, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Scanzano come back right after this play. While he is out, Bobby Decker takes his place and goes wide to the far side. There's the fake. On the run is Morad, and is brought down. Nobody open, and then no room to run. Gets maybe a couple.
Dave Dick came a long, long way to make that play that time on Morad. You know, for a guy that isn't 100%, talk about a guy playing on guts. How about Dave Dick tonight? Watch 34 here. From the backside, look how much he had to run to catch up to him. That's a great job by Dave Dick.
And how about the strength? He's got a hold of the jersey and just is able to tear him down.
Second down, 9 yards to go.
They give him one on the play. It's second down and 9. Ball's on the 27-yard line. It's 21-10 Washington Township. 4:36 to go in the third. Pitch goes wide to Amato, trying to sweep outside. Finds a little bit of room as he gets down to the 25. Picks up maybe about 2, and that'll bring up a third down and call it 7 for Cherokee.
And Tim Taggart, number 53 at Township, did a great job. They were coming to his side, and he stood up, held his ground, and helped make that play. I mean, that's an outstanding job by Taggart.
So we'll be a 3rd and 7 for Cherokee. And I'll tell you what, the way these teams are holding on to the football and they move it, each possession now already becoming critical for the Chiefs, down by 2 scores. And here comes the pass. Scanzano is open, a leaping attempt. It's incomplete. Morad led him just a little too far. Great effort by Scanzano, but he can't get it.
Incomplete. Kalakura on the coverage.
And he has been open a couple of times, getting that one-on-one coverage down the sideline.
Well, he had Kalakura on him that time. You know how Kalakura can run, as there's a look at Scans right there.
By the way, the no taking off the helmet rule in the NFL does not apply in high school.
4th down, 7 yards to go. The ball
See, he had him beaten by quite a bit, and Kalakura, as we've seen, can really run. So,
well, Cherokee will go here. As good a leg as Devitt has, down by 11. They'll go for the first down. So 4th and 7. Big play here in the third quarter for the Chiefs. And we'll throw. Here comes the rush. The screen over the middle to Scanzano. He's got the first down and more. Cutting to the outside is tripped up at the 15 as Kalakura may have saved the touchdown. That is a play right out of the Rowan University playbook.
Ed, that play would not have happened if Amato, and there you see Morad limping, if Amato 22 didn't pick up his block, Morad would have been sacked. Watch 22 right there. He gave them the time he needed. They only needed a little bit.
14-yard line.
And that's got to be tough for Scanzano as Kalakura, of course, wrapping up around that sore ankle. But The ball is inside the 15, 3:22 to go. Here comes Cherokee.
We're seeing some great blocks by the running backs here tonight.
Back to pass now goes Morad, goes to the outside, and it's incomplete again. Scanzano went in, Morad went out.
Incomplete.
2nd and 10.
We haven't seen it
Mike
yet,
Kenny
but
on the coverage.
Scanzano's also dangerous on the reverses. So
incomplete
again, it's
pass
just
brings
another
up 2nd down, 10 yards to
weapon
go.
in his arsenal that he could use.
The ball at the Washington Township 14-yard line.
Ball is on the 14. 2nd down and 10, 3:12 to go in this 3rd quarter. Washington Township leading Cherokee 21-10. The season opener for both teams. Next week, the Minutemen will travel to Lenape to take on the Indians in what should be another great ball game.
Again, they're lining 2 receivers to the left. Sometimes they'll run the opposite way. And there they go.
Hand off, Amato runs into the pile, doesn't get much as he gets about 3. Cherokee, incidentally, next week will play host to a Triton team, which gave Eastern some fits last night. So the rugged Olympic Conference schedule for these 2 teams is just starting.
They limited Adam Talaferro, the great running back from Eastern, to 18 yards rushing. Now, Talaferro brought one back 80 yards on a punt return, but I'll tell you what, Dennis Vespi must have devised one heck of a game plan.
Really makes you appreciate, even though they're in the opposite division, what Overbrook did last year. Anyone to go 12-0 is one thing. To go 12-0 in the Olympic Conference, another story. On the 13-yard line, 3rd down and 8 for Cherokee, and back to pass over the middle, almost intercepted by DeAndrea. They were looking for the quick pass over the middle, and he knocked it away, but couldn't go away for a touchdown. Meanwhile, Cherokee faced with a 4th down.
And now this is an interesting situation because a field goal brings you within 8.
8 yards to go.
Davitt can make it from 30 yards out, so John Scott has a very difficult decision here to make.
Well, you saw right there. If he takes the field goal, he's counting on his defense here to make the stop. Let's see what he wants to do. And, of course, not that the field goal is a short thing, although they do have an outstanding kicker in Pat Devitt, who already split the uprights once tonight. But the Chiefs will go. 4th and 8, and Cherokee going for it. Rolling right now is Morad, throws for the end zone, caught for the touchdown. Who else? Scanzano.
Morad's pass complete to Scanzano.
And what a throw by Morad. He got hammered,
Touchdown.
and he's down on the ground right now. And that was just a... Watch how he gets hit and hangs in there. Boom!
And he threw a strike, too.
And I'll tell you what, that bordered on being a late hit, too, because he had let that ball go.
5 will go for 2.
Kevin Crane, though, in the game, a quarterback for the Chiefs on the 2-point conversion for Morad.
Has to come out because of Morad was attended to, and he fumbles the snap, still bobbling, throws it up in the end zone, it's caught for the 2. Not exactly as they drew it up, but they get the 2-point conversion. Is hauling it in is Brett Lawrence, and now with 2:21 to go in the 3rd, it's Washington Township 21, Cherokee 18. So we'll be checking on the sidelines. First, let's see what happens when Cherokee kicks off here. It's a squib kick, and it bounces near the 30, and it's scooped up, and the ball goes down at the 36-yard line. Well, while we have a second, I believe we're ready to go to Mickey down on the sideline. Let's see. Mickey V, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Brings the ball out to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 minutes, and the ball at their own.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Mark. Real quick injury report. Harry Morad, quarterback, spoke to the trainer for Washington Township, just suffering cramps. He says it happens normally the first 3 games, so everybody gets loose. Also, you saw him on the field. I was going to mention Mick Mignata had a strained shoulder. Trainer said he should be back. In fact, he just made that tackle. Back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. So cramps, despite that heavy hit affecting Morad. And now here's Pinnell, and the carry gets about 3. That was actually a good idea by Cherokee with that squib kick, because certainly Washington Township has had their way with Checamayo on the kick and punt returns. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Minutemen. Under 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
2nd down. 7 yards to go. The ball at the 39-yard line.
From the 39-yard line of Washington Township. Williams will throw to the outside, and the catch is made to the outside, and off to the races goes Overpeck. Drew Overpeck tripped up inside the 30.
Overpeck on the pass completion.
Well, Overpeck's had a tough night so far. He fumbled away a punt return, but boy, he comes back there in a big way.
Drew Overpeck really put on the afterburners after making that catch.
And they'll spot it at the 27-yard line of Cherokee. So Washington Township in business now as the third quarter winds down. Williams, the handoff to DeAndrea. Look at him bounce off a tackler, but finally the rest of the Chiefs get there to make the play. Hard running. Let's take a look at that last play by Overpeck.
34-yard gain this is. Just a simple, looked like a curl, and then he took it up, and he really showed a burst, didn't he, Ed, after he caught that ball?
Yes, he did. They have worked a long day, and we cannot thank them enough. They have worked very hard to bring you this telecast today and earlier in the day. Where's the handoff outside? Purnell, who hasn't had much room to run tonight, gets down to the 24. That'll bring up a third down and call it about 5 for the Minutemen.
Gain of 1 yard, not carried by Purnell.
So Washington Township here, they're far enough out of range. This is probably 4-down territory, so they do have the option here of running if they want. And now they're going to rule him back a little further where they spot him down with his knees. So check that. It is now 3rd down and 7. Hand off to Calacura, trying to sweep outside. Can he do it again? Gets a pretty good run close to the marker, probably be a couple yards short as he's finally brought down, and it'll bring up a 4th down, and we'll see where they spot it. It looks like it's going to be a little closer to the 1st down marker than originally planned. Still a 4th down. Call it 2 coming up in the Minutemen. And that will do it as the third quarter has come to an end. A tight one, just like we expected here in Washington Township. Minutemen 21, Chiefs 18. The 4th quarter, and already Cherokee gives Washington Township a 1st down and a 4th and 2 as they jump off sides. It looks like it'll go against the Chiefs, probably should. And it is offside against Cherokee, so Washington Township moves the chains. Ball will be on the 18-yard line now on that penalty. Make that the 13-yard line, excuse me. Well, Cherokee has cut the gap to 3 with the touchdown of the 2, but Washington Township with a touchdown here could make things very difficult for the Chiefs. DeAndrea trying to plow his way outside, strong running as he gets inside the 10 to about the 8. Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5 for Washington Township.
Right guard Brad Sony, 52, gave him that block to spring him to the outside that time.
So Matt Mangold makes the tackle. 2nd and 5 for Washington Township from the 8-yard line. This is a big series right here in this game. If Cherokee can hold Township to a field goal, they'd still be within a score. But if the Minutemen put it in, Cherokee with their backs to the wall once again. 2nd and 5, and the handoff goes to Purnell. He's hit right near the hole, did surge his way for a short gain as Steve Woods comes in to make the tackle. He'll be a couple yards shy of the 1st down. Actually, let's see where they spot the ball. It looks like he'll be right near the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Now they'll rule it 3rd down and 4. It's a long 4 for Washington Township. They have to get to just outside the 3-yard line for the 1st down.
They have Calacura in the slot. Now he's going in motion.
DeAndrea with the quick hitter up the middle. The Chiefs are ready for it. They stack him up and bring him down. And that'll bring up a 4th down for Washington Township. Good surge by the Chiefs defensive line and also linebacker Brian Wajno. So now a 4th and 3. And what do you do if you're Tom Brown? Looks like he's going to go.
Well, field goal, Ed, puts you up 6, so...
So a big play right here. 4th and about 4 for Washington Township. Williams on the keeper will roll to the outside, goes for the end zone and gets close to the goal line. He's got the 1st down. Did he get in? He did not. But he picks up the 1st down, and Washington Township is knocking on the door.
Wow. ran the bootleg, and he's limping right now too, but the only thing that stopped him from the end zone was Scanzano wouldn't let him get in. But look at all that room there. In fact, Cherokee, I think, closed ground pretty closely. There's Scanzano. He just won't let him in. That's a one-on-one tackle there.
And as you mentioned, he is shaken up on the play. Mark, you and I were talking again during the break. You almost feel like the winner of this game will be the survivor of this game. And from the 3-yard line, quarterback keeper is diving up the middle and not getting too much room as Williams. Make that from the 1.5 rather, as he maybe got a half, if that. Second down, as the Minutemen are denied on that play.
Tony Satimi was right there in that pile and would not let Williams go forward.
So no gain on the play. Second and goal from just outside the 1 for Washington Township. 9:35 to go. See if they decide to try the handoff here after that keeper attempt. Williams. Who else? The man of the night, Calicura's got the touchdown. A 4-touchdown night for the senior. And stand back. They're loading. There's the light. There's the gunpowder. The smoke is going.
That's a little scary, Ed. I wouldn't walk in front of that thing.
Watch the replay again, and we'll listen for the boom.
Well, there's plenty of noise made by Calicura. His 4th touchdown.
Looks like they're out of gunpowder. We've seen some nights here where they've run out of gunpowder pretty quickly with some of the teams here.
Township's not out of ammunition, I'll tell you that.
Lawson on. There's a high snap for the extra point, but he line drives it through, and the kick is good. 9:21 to go in the 4th quarter. Back to a 10-point lead for Washington Township. Get out of the way. Here it comes. 28-18. Minutemen on top. There's still plenty of time in the 4th quarter, but Cherokee may have to do something here on this possession. Lawson with that low squib kick. It'll be taken by one of the up men. A funny bounce and smothered by Wajino, and Washington Township says that's exactly what we wanted to do. So Cherokee now forced to go the length of the field almost, as they'll spot the ball at the 22-yard line. Well, we will see Washington Township again later this year at Shawnee. The Renegades with a win today, as we mentioned, over Highland. So Shawnee and Lenape already winning today. And Tad Kozaneski switched places from the broadcast booth to the director's chair tonight. Nice job, Tad. Here goes Cherokee, and the pass is too far, incomplete. Looking for Scanzano on the far side. It'll be second down. And, Mark, I believe that's a record. Most consecutive games you've worked together here with us. Second down and 10 coming up now for the Chiefs. 9:14 to go. Washington Township 28, Cherokee 18. Let's see what the Chiefs decide to do here. Don't forget, Amato limped out towards the stretcher. Looked like he might have had a cramp, but even so, let's see if that affects him on the run. Cherokee spreading the field here. Looks like they might put it up once again, and instead they'll fake the pitch, and they look the other way. There's the screen, but Scanzano drops it. Turned and looked before he had the football, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
That's exactly it. Anytime he looked up to see the situation, and I think he would have had a little bit of room there, too.
And here we are at our palatial setup right here as we, again, get our refreshments from the fine work of the 5th Quarter Club, enjoying, as you are, this great Olympic Conference football game between the Chiefs and the Minutemen.
And a perfect night for football, 64.6 degrees outside, and what more can you ask? What a great game.
I see you brought the Philadelphia Inquirer thermostat tonight.
Actually, it's my own. I actually sprang for it, if you can believe that.
3rd down and 10. A lot of room for Moret. He throws, and the catch is made for the first down by Scanzano, and Cherokee converts on 3rd down. Boy, Scanzano gutting it out on that bad ankle, finds some room, and both teams have been able to convert on 3rd down tonight more often than the defensive coaches would like. Here it is again.
And this is just a deep out that Scanzano runs, and that's a tough pass to throw on the run like that. Good accuracy by Morad.
friends on Garden State Cable who are watching on Channel 21, you could see the Chiefs later this year on Channel 2, as we'll have Cherokee in an Olympic Conference matchup. So now a first down for Cherokee, but time's a wasting, 9:04 to go. Morad will throw again, rolling the opposite way. Coxon delivers, and the catch is made for the first down. And they bring it across the 50 to the 48-yard line. It's Scanzano again moving the chains.
Well, Scanzano didn't catch a pass till about that last series in the first half, but since then they just haven't been able to stop him.
Here it is again.
He actually threw it a little behind him, had to wait for it, and then took up field.
And again, the left-handed quarterback going the opposite way, and that is tough to do for a lot of first-year starters, but Morad making it look easy tonight, and Cherokee has to burn a timeout with 8:36 to play. And Mickey V, already enjoying the festivities tonight with Chuck Earling, has a very special guest on the sideline. The predecessor, or rather the man coming in after Chuck Earling, is with Mickey. Go ahead, Mickey.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Mark. You know, we've heard, we've talked to, we've seen so many people who have been impressed by Mr. Earling, the things he's done for them. Now here's a gentleman who has the monumental task of replacing Joe Galera. And Joe, I know you've heard so much about Chuck yourself. You've been here tonight. What are your initial impressions as far as township?
This is outstanding. I've never seen anything like this on a high school level. It's like college. It's like a college game out here. We got the fifth quarter club in the corner. We got cars on each end zone. We got a cannon. It's unbelievable. All these people. I'm really excited about this place, and I'm looking forward to coming here. October 1st I start, but I'll tell you what, maybe this is my first night.
I was saying, what a game it picked kind of for your kind of unofficial first night. Really.
Oh, this is outstanding. Cherokee game. They said it's the biggest game of the year. Here I am at this game. I mean, it's like being in a Notre Dame USC game or something like that. So, you know, I'll tell you something. Charlie Earling is a great guy, and it's great to follow in his footsteps, except I feel like the coach after Vince Lombardi. Like, does anybody remember his name? So, I don't know. I hope somebody remembers my name when I'm finished.
I look at you kind of the head coach of coaches, executive coach, if you will. What are some of the things you want to instill here?
What's here now? But what I'd like to instill is my little touch. And one of them might be, I'd like to see more kids involved. Not that there isn't enough, there's a lot of kids, but more kids doing things. More kids that are involved in these teams, like some of these kids over here on the sidelines, doing stuff. So that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to get the JV and the freshmen involved. You know, it's a big program, but there's room for everybody.
All right, appreciate your time and good luck in your new position. Ed, Mark, back to you.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. A little pass interference call against Washington Township, but an illegal receiver downfield for Cherokee, so those penalties will offset.
That's the third time Cherokee's been called for an ineligible man downfield, and it's certainly going to be something that the Chiefs work on in their practice coming up for next week. You have to be sure of that.
And right now, Joe Calacura, who of course doubles on defense in the secondary, is out of the game. Looks like he is cramped up. He is on the sideline, so Cherokee right now going to work 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. The pitch goes to the outside. Trying to string it outside is Wagino, and he's got room. First down the sideline, knocked out of bounds, so that will stop the clock. And the Chiefs get the first down. Brian Wagino with a strong run is able to move the chains again. At least we believe he moves the chains. If not, he's going to be very close. They will give him 9 yards now as they knocked him out of bounds about a yard shy of the first down, so the ball's on the 40, and again, the clock stops. 8:19 to go. So let's see what Cherokee does here. Could be a good time for them to try and run and pick up the first down. We'll see. And they will hand it off, and this will be a first down for Amato as he crosses the 40 to about the 38. And Cherokee will move the chains once again. Not surprising with either team here. They get down by 2 scores. We would expect to do from Washington Township. They just pick it right back up and go at it.
Both proud programs, as you have mentioned a number of times, Ed, and I'll tell you what, win or lose either team, they're both showing a lot of heart.
In fact, a couple years ago, both coaches were talking about actually naming this regular season game the Pride Bowl every time these two teams play, and it's not surprising from what we're seeing tonight. This is good football here. This is fundamental, sound, hard-hitting high school football. If you're a high school football fan, you have to enjoy this football game. from the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cherokee, and Morad back to throw under a heavy rush. Down he goes. Another sack for the Minutemen. It's Jesse Chando's turn. And there's that surge once again from the middle of the line by Washington Township.
They just have not been able to block Washington Township coming up the middle. And
ball is on the 43-yard line. 6-yard loss on the play. So 2nd and 16 coming up now for the Chiefs. And that also eats the clock a little more. 7:10 to go in the 4th. Back to pass goes Morad. Slips. There's the rush. Another sack. And guess what? Chando's the first one in again to make the play.
if they don't get to the outside right away, if he doesn't get to the outside of that rush, he's been trapped all evening.
Jeremy Bedessa also went on the play. And that's 5 yards lost on that sack. It is now 3rd down and about 20 to go for Cherokee. But already now with 6:31 to go, they might be looking at 2 plays here no matter what. Now the Chiefs bring 3 wide receivers, and Morad will throw again if he can. They tried the middle screen. It's incomplete. Another strong rush by the same 2 men, Chando and Bedessa. And that play might have been there if they were able to get the completion.
The problem is they haven't been able to call patterns that take a long time to run because they're just not getting any time this series.
And now Cherokee will punt. It is 4th and 20, so John Scott will elect to kick it away, but just 6:21 to go, and that will suit the Minutemen just fine.
Always have to watch the fake here.
And there it is. Scanzano with the fake to the outside. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Does he have it? Oh, it's going to be close.
I don't think so, Ed. I don't think he made it. That was Scanzano back in punt formation.
I agree, Mark. I think he's going to be about a yard short. It looks like the Minutemen just able to get him. Looks like it'll be about a 19-yard gain, and he does not pick it up as Washington Township holds.
Well, there's Scanzano going to the outside. A long way to go. And now we just saw he's also down on the ground there right now getting attended to by the medical staff.
Just missed it by about a yard. So Cherokee rolls the dice. A good gamble with a guy like Scanzano back there, but the Minutemen do enough to hold, and here they go now with the ball and just 6:12 remaining in the game. Handoff goes outside, and now Churning trying to get extra yardage, but not much there. As here come the Chiefs. Purnell is hit, and what that play alone just symbolizes how hard hitting this has been. And let's watch that fake punt attempt once again.
He sold it pretty well. They had to know with him back there something else was going to happen. And there you saw Dave Dick running him down. He's out of your screen right there. Number 34 made that initial hit that time on Scanzano.
And Drew Overpeck finished him off, and you got a good look there on the replay how he landed just about a yard shy of the chains. Meanwhile, Washington Township now with a 2nd and 5. Calacura is still out of the game for the Minutemen. Dave Dick has replaced him. Andrea with a quick hitter, and he runs into a wave of white. Not much there. This will bring up a 3rd down coming up for Washington Township.
Talk about depth. How about being able to replace Calacura with Dick back there? I mean, that's a wealth of running backs.
And there is the ally of the Minutemen and the enemy of the Chiefs. The time, 5:18 and counting. Call it 3rd down, and now 3 for Washington Township. Cherokee probably has to stop them right here to have any chance of getting back into this game. Dave Dick's turn, and he's close to the 1st down. He has it on the 2nd effort. Good surge on the line, and Washington Township moves the chains. And that could be the backbreaker, because now the clock is down to 4:50 to go. Cherokee with just 2 timeouts. And Washington Township in no hurry to get to the line. From just outside the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for Washington Township. Cherokee showing blitz. DeAndrea runs through it. Gets up to about the 42. Not a large gain, but the clock continues to move. So the Chiefs have to find a way to come up with a football. Meanwhile, Washington Township will probably continue to just churn it out. Have not seen that famed wingback reverse today by the Minutemen. Don't know if we might see it before the night's over.
There's some pretty pumped up fans there trying to pump their team up.
They're having a good time tonight, no question. Handoff again, and it's Dave Dick's turn. More pads flying, more bodies colliding, and a strong gain. As the man of the hour, Charles Earling, joins us in the booth. And guess what? We get to hug him too, Mark. That's quite all right. He's up here with us here. We'll see if we can check the microphone over to him.
Don't even have my dress on tonight, guys.
Chuck, we're going to throw you in here at the end. I think this is a perfect way for you to have at the end of your tenure. It looks like the Minutemen are on their way to a big victory over Cherokee.
Well, Ed, I know that you're eating your heart out right now because you're a Cherokee freak from way back.
You know, I kept my secret for 6 years. Now, I am an objective reporter now. You know that, Chuck.
He's very objective. He's also a graduate of Cherokee. And look at this, keeper.
And a first down for Washington Township as Williams moves the chains. Well, you know what we're all fans of? We're fans of good high school football, and we're getting it here tonight with these
And
two.
there's no penalty flags. First down, we're really excited. Coach Brown's now going to definitely do ball control, run the clock out. What a wonderful opening day victory for the Minutemen and Coach Tom Brown.
And, Chuck, we have to ask you, it looked very moving down on the field tonight for you. How did that feel?
Very, very moving for me and my family. It's, you know, it's not an easy decision to leave Washington Township, but again, I can always come back, hold my head high. I'm very proud of this school, this community. The kids have just been magnificent. What's been great for me is having kids graduate from Washington Township, come back, teach in our program, coach in our program, work in the media, work as police officers, you know, working throughout the town. It's just incredible. You know, it's a way of life. And when you consider I had the opportunity to serve as a athletic director and assistant principal for our student activities, to me, what a great job. That's probably the best job you could ever want. I'm paid to organize play and fun. Think about that.
Not a bad job, to say the least. As you saw us up here in our palatial booth, as Dave Dick, boy, he looks like he's healthy tonight as he's close to another first down. I'll tell you what, there's some hard hitting going down on that field.
Always is when you have an Olympic American Division game, especially Cherokee and Washington Township.
Chuck, while we've got you up here, in case I know it's been a busy night for you, we, Mark and I, and everyone here at TSM through the days of that and Suburban Cable and Jones Intercable would be wrong not to thank you for all you've done. Of course, you've been involved with our station a lot, telethons, fundraising. It's been a pleasure working with you. It's hard to believe, and we know Joe Galera is going to do quite well, but it's hard to believe you're not going to be here anymore.
Well, my heart and spirit will be here. You know that, even though I'll be at Collingswood as a principal. I'll have to wear my Panther hats, Colonial Conference jackets, and so on, but the Minutemen are always, and the Minute Maids, a part of my life.
Looks like the Minutemen are sending you out with a victory here as Purnell picks up the first down. Now just 1:42 to go, and Washington Township is going to be 1-0 with an impressive victory tonight. But, Chuck, on behalf of all of us, and me personally, it has been such a pleasure to work with you. We are going to miss you tremendously, and you know what? We have viewers in Collingswood right now watching this game. They're going to get themselves one heck of a principal.
Well, I'm excited about going there. It's a great community. I've already had established a wonderful relationships with the kids, parents, and staff members, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to be a principal in that kind of a setting in a small community.
Little collision right there as DeAndrea just running out the clock. And Cherokee now, the minute 7 to go, down by 2 scores. Looks like should leave Washington Township because they kept you for one more day here on this Saturday night as we get to play again. Williams on the keeper, outside, trying to put the nail in the coffin, has the first down with 48 seconds to go. Well, Chuck, as the time winds down, we're going to say goodbye to you. It's been a pleasure, Chuck.
Thanks, Ed.
We're really going to miss you.
Keep in touch, buddy.
Absolutely.
Anything I can do to help you and everyone at Suburban Cable.
Thank you so much. Chuck Earling, we give you a fond farewell And like we say, we'll miss you, but at the same time, we know you'll be right nearby and you'll still be living in Washington Township. Thank you so much for joining us. What a night here in Washington Township. Really has been for the fans. And Chuck Earling gave away my graduation secret there. So I hope I'm still allowed back here. But again, Mark, as you know, you're a graduate of a South Jersey school. We become reporters. We become objective and fair.
There's no question about it, Ed. Although your school's won a few more times than mine.
Well, Paul VI certainly has had his moments in other sports for you as well, I know. Washington Township will run it out as the seconds wind down. Great football game tonight. Olympic Conference football at its finest, but this one goes to Washington Township, and there it is. Minutemen win it by a score of 28-18, and stand back, there it goes. Well, not surprising, Mark. 2 Olympic Conference schools. Now the question is, can the survivor limp through the next round, because Washington Township has to go to Lenape, Cherokee has to go to Triton, and this one was a hot tub game, to say the least.
I know in the fourth quarter they cut it to 21-18. Actually went 28-18. Must be getting a little scared. What are you talking about the kids, you know, your coaches up in the booth?
Absolutely. Cherokee's a team that no matter what time is left on the clock, that you're always fearing them. You know, their head coach and I are very close friends, played against each other in high school, and they always seem to have something up their sleeve. They hurt us tonight with several plays, but I was really proud of our kids. We got to the quarterback quite a few times, and they had some guys open, but you know, you have to block for that quarterback too, and we just tried to put pressure on and run with them as best we could and put the pressure, and I think that was the difference really in a football game.
And you really obviously a big team effort, but of course one of your stars of the game, Joe Calacura, those 4 touchdowns. Can't say enough about his effort today.
Right. We're experienced in the backfield. Our backs are very good. Joe was an all-conference player last year, and our line has some size, and we felt we were a little bigger than what Cherokee was for one of the few times ever, and we went right at him. We started trying to run wide and do some fancy things in the very beginning of the football game, but when things settled down, we decided we were just going to pound on them, and we pounded them, and our kids responded.
You know, some people might say tough way to open the season, but possibly a good way because it shows you maybe the confidence, because obviously you haven't made the playoffs the last 2 years. What kind of team assessment here? What kind of team you think you have? Is this your year to get back in the playoffs?
Well, we hope so. I mean, you know, I thought we showed a lot of poise tonight. There were a couple times when we really could have broken down after they had scored and were moving the football on us, but I was really pleased to see the poise that we had. We had a few kids get hurt, and we had a couple kids come in and were able to fill in for them and do a good job. You know, we'll take one game at a time. I think next week is a very tough football game. Lenape is one of the teams that's picked to win our conference, and Cherokee was actually on a rebuilding year. So, you know, we realize that. So we know we still have to work hard, and we're looking forward to playing Lenape next week.
And also, well, you know, there's no easy games here in the Olympic Conference. Your team as well, from the players, the fans, the coaches, tremendous team, but another individual, a good friend of yours on his way out tonight, Chuck Earling. Again, what does he mean to you and really what he's done here for the program here?
Well, Chuck has been a fixture at Washington Township long before I got here. He's been here for 27 years. I've been here for about 14. But, you know, as I said to some of our players in here, he's been like a brother. He's been like a father. He's been like a mentor. He's really been everything to me and all the coaches. And we're going to miss him very, very much. You know, just the things that he brought to the athletic program here and to all of our school. He meant a lot to a lot of the seniors. He meant a lot. Very close friends with a lot of the faculty, and we're going to miss him a lot, but we do have another athletic director, Joe Galera, coming over, and we're really happy, and Joe's very happy. He started us off with a winning game, and you know, he's very excited about being here.
All right, appreciate you stopping by, Coach.
Absolutely.
Good luck this season. Thank you. Ed, going to get Joe Calacura in just a moment. 4 touchdowns, certainly consideration TSM player of the game. Back to you up in the booth.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much, and Tom Brown serving the words of warning, as we heard right there, and we talk about how tough it is in this conference. Washington Township, they get a big victory, but guess who's up next for the Minutemen? At Lenape, at Overbrook, at Shawnee, and at Willingboro. Ouch. It does not get easier in this Olympic Conference, and Washington Township moves on, so does Cherokee. They face a very tough Triton team next week, and then at Willingboro, hosting #1 Eastern. Then after going to Cherry Hill East, they will be at Lenape as well, so a tough stretch coming up for both teams as they get ready. Mickey V is just about ready here, and it'll be our final interview tonight as we talk to Joe Calacura. And reminder, right before Mickey is ready, Delsey, Williamstown, Ocean City, Absegami. Our doubleheader next week, and 2 very intriguing division games as we've seen one tonight. And tonight's certainly an indication of how strong the Olympic Conference is, one of the hardest hitting conferences, not just in South Jersey, but anywhere. So once again, the final score 28-18. Washington Township defeats Cherokee. We're going to hang on here for one more second. And while we have this chance now, we'll remind everybody and thank everybody in the truck because they've done a great job tonight, particularly our director, Tad Kozaneski, switching from the booth to the director's chair, working double duty today. Ken Flick, Andrew Schlegel, the rest of the crew working so hard who pulled double duty today. And certainly you are to be commended. Well, Mickey V is ready. So is Joe Calicura. Go ahead, Mickey.
Thanks, Ed. Of course, again, consideration probably is TSM player of the game, although you know, Joe, 4 touchdowns. I heard you talking to Printman. He said first time you've ever scored 4 touchdowns in a game. But without your offensive line, really even the defense holding back Cherokee, you don't do that.
Oh, yeah. My offensive line is tremendous. I grew up with them guys since midgets on now. Tim Taggart, Kennedy, Bedessa, Egan, and all them guys. I mean, they're tremendous. I love them. Especially Tim Taggart, my point guard. You know, he makes it happen. I just find the hole and run the ball, you know. I just basically find the, you know, he makes it happen.
Cherokee cut it to 21-18 in there. What are you guys talking about defensively, offensively, try to reestablish the ball game, gain back that momentum?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, field goal and they tie it up, 21-18. That 2-point conversion knocked us off a little bit, but, you know, just got to keep your head up and go out there and play good D. Offense, stuff it down there, you know, keep the ball, clock momentum, you know.
Minutemen haven't made the playoffs now the last couple years. What kind of team, assessment camp-wise, what kind of team you think you have? Is this your year to climb back into the thick of the Group 4? I know, you got the so-called experts out there really say Township's on its way up, depending what poll, ranked number 9th. Your personal feeling, what kind of team you have out in the field?
Oh, I mean, I feel we have an excellent chance of going. I mean, this is my senior year. A lot of seniors are playing this year. We really want it. We haven't had it in a while. Like, a while we haven't made it to the championship. I mean, we really want to go out with a bang this year. Especially now that we've got this win against Cherokee. We lost 2 years in a row against them. You know, we love to come and play under their lights. So, you know, started off with a bang and just go week by week, basically.
You say that. You go week by week. Sure, this is a great win to start the season off. You're one of your best rivalries, Cherokee. Next week, though, Lenape Indian. Some people even picking them to win the conference. No easy games in this Olympic American.
Nah, no easy games at all. I mean, we got all the Indian schools. We got to go on the road now, 4 games. That's going to be killer. But, you know, just go down, like I said, week by week, pound the other teams, you know. Just do what we can do.
And finally, although I know it's a special night for you, 4 touchdowns and for the team, starting off a big win. Cuck Earling, what has he done for you as an AD to make you not just the player, but the person you've become as you look toward, you know, your college career?
Oh, yeah, well, Cuck Earling's a hell of a guy, good athletic director. You know, you're going to miss him a lot. He does a lot for the team, especially the seniors on the football team. So, you know, whenever you got a loss like that, you kind of keep your head up, you know, and kind of do a little thing for him, you know, try to make it happy, you know, for him. So I'm glad we can win on his last night. So, you know.
All right. Appreciate your time, Joe. Congratulations. Big game. You see it again, Ed. Joe Calicura, 4 touchdowns in the game. Certainly TSM player of the game. And Cuck Earling, what a way for him to go out. Cherokee against Washington Township. The Minutemen coming out on top, 28-18. Back to you up in the booth, Ed.